guys, it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Thanks for stopping by. Today I will be doing a video of fragrances that I bought immediately after buying a sample. It is really directly from sample to full bottle, and some of these fragrances I even bought before the sample was finished because they were such beautiful fragrances. I think one or two of the fragrances I have mentioned on this channel that I do love them very much, but I have not given them a full review. I am going to show you guys the packaging of these fragrances. I do keep the packaging until I have done a review or until I have presented them on the channel. I mean, honestly, the Middle Eastern fragrance packaging, yeah, some of them are so over the top. I do keep some of them. However, most of them I do discard because I do not have room for keeping all this packaging at home. Anyway, the first fragrance I am going to talk about, guys. This fragrance, I got a sample of this. I tried it, and immediately it was for me a love. This one, it is called Francique 6355, and this is from Fragrance World French Avenue. This is what the packaging looks like. It is quite pretty, and the fragrance is inside. This is the packaging of Francique. It is a bit minimalistic, but at the same time, it is quite sturdy and robust. Francique 6355, it is inspired by BDK Gris Charnel, and I do have this fragrance, so I can do a really good comparison of the two scents. I have worn so much of this fragrance, you have no idea. I think from all of the Middle Eastern fragrances I have purchased, this is one where I just cannot keep my hands off. Francique 6355. It is very highly inspired by BDK Gris Charnel. However, this fragrance has its own twist. Reason why I love this so much. I do like Gris Charnel, however, this fragrance, sometimes I do not know in which season to wear it, because it is a mix of fig and iris, you know, with woody undertones. And the fig note and the iris note in Gris Charnel, both of them are very pronounced, and normally a clean iris I would wear in the spring and definitely fig in the summer. So sometimes I am a little bit confused about this fragrance. I do love it. When I smelled this immediately, I wanted to have it in my collection, but it is not a fragrance I wear very often. This one, Francique from French Avenue, this is a blend, a better blend of the two notes. So it is a fragrance you can wear in just about any season and all year round. Also in Francique 6355, the way the notes are done, especially the fig note, it is inspired by this BDK fragrance. However, it is its own fragrance, and to my nose, it is a better take on the fragrance. And what makes this somewhat different to the BDK fragrance is that the fig note, it is a bit thinner, it is not as sweet as in Gris Charnel, and combined with the black tea, which is a bit more amplified in the opening note, it is absolutely beautiful and inviting. The fig note in the opening of Gris Charnel, it is very pronounced, very in your face, and it is a very sweet fig note. And in this one, the black tea is what is amplified. It is beautifully done in Francique 6355, and it is captivating. When I first smelled this fragrance, I smelled Gris Chanel immediately, but it was a different Gris Chanel and one that I liked. There is quite a good dose of vetiver in this fragrance. It is nicely done. It is beautiful, and then there is sandalwood, which warms up this iris note. It is also a crisp iris note, however, combined with the vetiver and the sandalwood really warms this up. This is an absolutely beautiful fragrance. Francique, it is a nice take on BDK Gris Chanel, but I would just like to mention, if you are really wanting a direct inspiration of Gris Chanel, the one to go to would be a Niche Amarati Antique. It is this fragrance here. This is dead on Gris Chanel, and this one I would definitely call a clone because it is so close to Gris Chanel, and this one, it is inspired by Gris Chanel. Even if you have Gris Chanel and you like Gris Chanel, it is worth it to try this one. By the way, I did also try Francique 107.9, and this one, it is inspired by whoosh smoking. I did not like whoosh smoking very much, and also Francique 107.9 did not say to buy me. I will be doing a review of this one in a later video. I have already promised this sample 63.55 to a friend because I purchased this even before I was finished with the sample. So this will be going into the mail. Before I continue into the next fragrance, for those of you who are here for the first time, do consider subscribing. I do a lot of fragrance videos. I also do some makeup and some skincare reviews. So if this is a subject matter which interests you, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and do send me some comments. I would greatly appreciate your support. I am really working to get my channel to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. The next fragrance that I do have, it is Royal Blend, and this is also from French Avenue. I smelled Royal Blend. I fell in love with this fragrance. I also ordered this fragrance immediately. This is Royal Blend from Fragrance Avenue. Very nice packaging. And this one, it is also inspired, of course, by Kilian Angels Share. This is the bottle of Royal Blend. I absolutely like this bottle. It is, you can say, a bit of the same optic as Angels Share. However, the bottle is elongated. I find this to be very beautiful. And the juice inside of the bottle, it's just as marvelous. I fell in love with Royal Blend immediately when I sprayed this because it was so creamy, you know. It was really, you can say, a nice blend, and the name really suits this fragrance. It is so close to Angels Share. I have Angels Share on my hand. Why I love this so much is that it is Angels Share, very, very close. However, the boozy accord in Royal Blend, it is not as cold as the boozy accord in Angels Share, which does bother me a little because after, I would say, 1-2 hours, Angels Share, the boozy note becomes a bit stale on my skin chemistry, because it is cold. And I have always been looking for, you can say, inspirations of Angels Share that have a bit of a warmer boozy note, making it a bit more feminine. This, like I said, it is very close to Angel Share. It is just that it has this slight little twist which makes this fragrance more likable for me, and also it does have a little bit more sweetness. The cognac note in Royal Blend, it is done so nicely. I can smell cognac, but it is not like alcohol. It is the aroma, the flavor of cognac. The opening notes of this fragrance, I mean, it is a bit similar to all the other inspirations. It is cinnamon, cognac, and plum. And the plum note, it is not too fruity, but it does add a bit of sweetness, which I do not get as much in some of the other inspirations of Kilian's Angels Share. The cinnamon note in Royal Blend, it is very present. It is there when the fragrance is sprayed, but due to this plum accord, it does not become very masculine. There is also iris in this fragrance. It is in the heart note. And what makes this fragrance also a little bit more feminine, it is the iris note. It is not very pronounced. It just picks through here and there. But what is very special in this fragrance, it is the myrrh note. It is very soothing. It is beautiful. It does exactly what myrrh is supposed to do. Myrrh is a note. Either it makes a fragrance smell very dated, you know, like church, if it's not done correctly, or it imparts this very, you can say, calming, effect in a fragrance. And it is done beautifully in this fragrance. The dry down of Royal Blend on my skin, it is more vanilla than woody accords, but it is a beautiful blend of the two notes. The base note, it is vanilla, sandalwood, and tonka bean. I absolutely love this fragrance. I am wearing this quite a lot. Actually, it is my Angel Share at the moment. The other inspiration that I did love, it was my go-to prior to Royal Blend. It is from Khadlaj, Fede, and it is called Intoxicate. This one, it is not as close to Angel Share as this fragrance here, and also Rica from Ad Al Safran. Rica, it is so close to Angel Share that it even has this cold boozy note. Reason why I do not reach for Rica a lot. However, Royal Blend, it is now doing it for me. I do still wear Intoxicate. It is close to Angel Share, but Intoxicate, it does have a very strong powdery note, making it a bit more feminine than Angel Share, but it is also a very good inspiration. Honestly, I think for me, this is the one. Yeah, I keep saying I will not keep ordering any more clones of Angel Share. This one, it is closer to the original Angel Share because it does have this cold boozy note. So if somebody is looking for something dead on Angel Share, I would still say it is Rica, but this one, it's also way up there, just a little bit more feminine. My video comparing all the clones I also have Cocktail Intense, and I think about 2 or 3 more. This is in the works and it is coming up, but this one I can highly recommend, especially if you are someone like me where the cold boozy note in Angel Share bothers you, but you like the overall direction of the fragrance. The next fragrance that I have, which was from sample immediately to full bottle, I finished this sample. It is called After Effect, and this one, it is also from Fragrance World French Avenue. This is an inspiration of Initio Side Effect. This is actually quite cute. The packaging and then the fragrance is inside. The fragrance bottle, you can say, is also inspired by the Initio bottles. I never bought Side Effect because I just thought for the price point, you know, it was not doing it for me. It was a nice fragrance that I would have loved to have, but it was not immediate love. I got this sample in the mail and I tried it, guys, and when I tried the sample, I loved the fragrance, but for the first, I would say, hour or so, I could not get Side Effect, and I was thinking that they did send me, you know, they filled the wrong sample in the vial, but I loved the fragrance. However, After Effect, this is a fragrance which has a very long transformation, and this fragrance from French Avenue, it does say that it is Extrait de Parfum. So this one has a little bit of a higher price point. It is close to 50 euros. The notes listed for French Avenue After Effect, it is rum, cinnamon, tobacco, sandalwood, saffron, and white florals. And for the Side Effect, which is what it is inspired by, it is rum, tobacco, cinnamon, saffron, sandalwood, and heroin notes. I love heroin as a note in fragrances, and one of the few lines which does include heroin in a lot of their fragrances, it is Initio, and this is one of the reasons I find myself going again and again to this fragrance house to sample fragrances. The opening of After Effect, honestly, you would never think that this is a fragrance which, after it develops and it sits, it would resemble Side Effect. The opening, it is a bit of a floral opening. You could say it really smells like amethyst and amethyst gem if this had a fragrance. It is definitely white florals, but honestly, I think there is a bit of violets in the opening. This floral opening in After Effect, it remains for quite a long time. It is beautiful, it is very soothing. Reason why I thought I got the wrong sample for this fragrance, but I loved it very much. And I would say after 15-20 minutes, then the fragrance, it starts to get warmer, and then there are some slight boozy notes. I would not say it is a rum aroma, rum accord. The fragrance just starts to become a bit more woody, the saffron note appears, and there is a slight boozy accord, but at this point there is no tobacco to be seen, to be sniffed in this fragrance. What makes Initio Side Effect very special, what everyone loves about this fragrance, it is this mix of tobacco and a boozy note. To keep things short, this fragrance really, you can say, evolves into resembling Side Effect after about an hour into the life of the fragrance. The tobacco starts to appear, and then there is a slight booziness. It is a beautiful fragrance. I would say this is probably inspired by Side Effect, maybe about 60 to 70%. The first hour of this fragrance, it is completely different. It is a beautiful floral fragrance with hints of booziness, but after an hour, and the longer this fragrance remains on the skin, the more this tobacco notes starts to peek through, and finally when this fragrance is full blown in the dry down, you have some woody accord, some vanilla with hints of tobacco. This is a beautiful fragrance in and of itself. However, if you are looking for a dead-on inspiration of side effect, this is probably not the fragrance, because the tobacco note, it is not as pronounced, and you do have to wait quite some time for this note to appear. But I absolutely love this fragrance. I ordered After Effects as soon as the sample was finished. And I think what is beautiful about this fragrance, for people who cannot handle a strong tobacco note, and this was one of the reasons, a side effect was for a lot of people love-hate fragrance. In this version, it is a bit softer, and this one, it is a bit more feminine. Initio fragrances are marketed, a lot of them, as being unisex, but they are most of the times leaning a lot more masculine. This is gorgeous. By the way, guys, Fragrance Avenue does have a new fragrance out, which is inspired by Initio Narcotic Delight, which is a fragrance that I do have. So the review of this one is also coming up. I don't know which video will be posted first, but I do have the fragrance. I have been testing it out, and I will be giving you guys my verdict on this one. Thanks for tuning in and for making it so far in this video. Hope to see you again soon on my channel. Tschüss!